Hey guys, JB here, the Wolf of Wall Street. Time for your Whiteboard Wednesday. Got a great topic today. So I was doing a podcast yesterday with an awesome couple, and not going to say who because you'll see them on next week's podcast, right? But I want to just tell you about something that came up. It was the subject of goal setting and essentially how people all over still are in this mindset of going from goal to goal to goal to goal. Like they believe by being goal oriented. Let me write that word on the board here, right? By being goal oriented. I can't write, I'm the worst, okay? Or goal oriented, right? They are setting themselves up for success, basically, right? By giving them a target to aim for. Because remember, when you set a goal, right? What are you really doing? Well, you're giving yourself a precise target to aim for. And without having something to aim for, it's pretty hard to hit something. You can't hit something you can't see, right? So of course, yeah, it's good to be goal-oriented. The problem is that if you are just goal-oriented, A, you're going to end up being miserable most of your life because you're constantly chasing goal after goal after goal. And what happens when you hit a goal? You're like, okay, you feel really good for a moment, maybe, and then you're like, what do I do next? What's my next goal? It's like you're almost saying, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy if I hit my goal. In other words, and that's such a bankrupt way of going through life, and it also doesn't lead to success and happiness. Let me explain to you the way you're supposed to use goals. That's far more healthy, more productive, and will lead to a happy, very rich, financially rich, and emotionally rich life, all right? So rather than just being goal-oriented, I want you to think of yourself as being vision-oriented. In other words, a goal is very different from a vision. A goal has a beginning point and an end point. A goal is something it's like a target you're aiming for. Okay, I have a 1 week goal. I want to close X number of sales or get X number of leads or speak to this number of people, knock on this many doors, right? Spend that much in marketing, right? Whatever that goal might be, it can be for anything, right? So again, you set that goal. It has a beginning point, it has an end point, and then you move towards the goal. So watch, let's say today is Monday, and you're setting let's make it Wednesday. You're setting a Wednesday, Whiteboard Wednesday goal, right? And it's a 48-hour goal. That goal's gonna expire on Friday. And you say, between today and Friday, I wanna close at least 8 sales. Doesn't matter what these are, right? 8 of some type of sale, right? So what do? You say, all right, well, typically I know that I have to work X number of hours to close 1 sale, so I need to do 8 times that amount of hours over this between Friday at 6 p.m. when I stop working to back into this goal. Typically you'll back up. You say, okay, if I want to get to 8, well, how long does it take me to close 1? If it takes me 3 hours to close 1, I have to somehow put in 24 hours of work to close. A very simple way. Another way, if I have to dial the phone 100 times to close 1 person, well, I have to dial the phone 800 times. How long do I have to work to dial 800? You back into a goal, right? So the idea would be when you're goal-oriented is that you would set this goal and work your tail off to try to hit it. And when you hit it, you're like, yeah, I feel great. I did it. And then what? You're like, okay, I got to set another goal. Or let's say you move towards the goal, but you don't hit it. You do 500. Like, I feel terrible, right? Guys, let me explain. It's so bankrupt, the whole philosophy, all right? Watch. Rather than looking at your goals as these sort of, defined points that you're going to live and die by emotionally, right? I want you to not be emotionally attached to your goals. I want you to look at your vision for the future. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years from now? Your vision. It's a longer term outcome. It has to do with not just money. Where do you see your life? Where do you see your business? How are you moving through life? What are you wearing? Where are you living? What car are you driving? What is your wife doing? What schools your kids are going to? How have you helped those around you? What's your vision for your own future? What does it viscerally look like? This is a long-term outcome, meaning 3 to 5 years, right? And then here you are right now. This is you today, where you are today. This T, right? That's you, all right? So essentially your life is a certain way today. It is as it is. So you get honest. Here's my life the way it is today, right? And then the next step is great. Well, this is how I want it to look in all ways in 3 to 5 years from now. That's how I want it to look. And then from there, you start saying, what little stopping off points do I need along the way to get to my vision? See, what goals are these essential signposts, stopping off points on the way to your vision. And what they do is tell you if you are heading in the right direction or maybe in the wrong direction. See, when I set a goal, I don't typically hit my goals, just so you know. See, when I set goals, I stretch myself. I always set my goal above where I think I can hit it. So if I think that if at the highest level, if I'm really on all cylinders, I can close 8 sales, I set it at 11. I stretch myself. I want to push myself further. I always set my goal just above where if I know if I do my best, that's where I go. No, I want to do even better. I stretch myself. See, remember the problem, and I've said this many times before, is that the problem with most people in terms of success, and they're not achieving it, is not that they set their goals too high and miss them. They set their goals too low and they hit them. So you set all these mediocre goals and you end up hitting them, and guess what? The sum of a bunch of mediocre goals is what? A mediocre life, a mediocre vision. You don't take average, and 7 average performances end up yielding greatness. It doesn't work that way. In the same way, in the financial crisis, they took 10,000 crappy mortgages. Said, hey, I got an idea. We can pool together all the crappy loans, and they won't be crappy. Because we average them all out, they won't be crappy. No, you end up with a pile of steaming dog shit. You put 10,000 pieces of shit together, you have 10,000 pieces of shit. That makes one steaming pile of shit. Shit plus shit plus shit equals shit. Average plus average equals average. Great. You understand, the road to success is not paved with mediocrity, and it's certainly not paved with failure. The road to success is paved with just that, success. Long-term success, your vision, is the sum total of all these actions that you take, of all these goals that you set. And by the way, when I set a goal, let's say 11 and I got 9, that's a victory for me. But I'm not like, oh no, I didn't. My happiness intraday in my life is not based on the outcome of this goal. All that is showing me, am I heading where I should be going, or do I need to change my approach? If I don't get close to my goal, it says, all right, well, I'm doing something wrong here. Let me change my approach, try something new. My vision remains intact. My emotional commitment, what I'm invested in, my happiness, is based on this. And as long as I know I'm moving in the right direction, I'll feel okay. I'll feel happy. I'll feel empowered. If you start setting your emotional attachment to every little outcome along the way, you're going to be living a life of pain, punctuated by moments of feeling good for a second and then saying, what do I do next? You can't live that way. It won't make you happy. It won't get you what you want. And what will end up happening is you end up either ratcheting down your goals because you want to start hitting them. You're like, I feel bad all the time. So you start making your goals less empowering and less substantial, less awesome. And you start hitting them, but then you end up the sum total of average equals what? An average life, not an extraordinary one. Set your goals, stretch yourself. Put them just above where you think you can hit them. Just not in outer space. Like my goals, I want to be richer than Jeff Bezos. I want to be the next Amazon. Come on. I mean, it's a noble thought, but your brain's gonna call bullshit. If you think you can do X, you make it X plus times 120%. 20% more than X. And you stretch. And by doing that, this constant stretching as you move towards your vision, and this constant analysis, am I heading in the right direction, in the wrong direction? That's how you achieve greatness. And one final point is, as you're moving towards this vision, right, this is your guiding light, remember this, that your vision is a living, breathing, I call it an organism, living, breathing organism, meaning your vision is not constant, it's not static. You want to focus on your vision. This is where you are right now. Focus with laser-guided precision, but not with tunnel vision. Meaning one eye is firmly focused on your vision, the other eye is scanning the horizon for opportunities that come up along the way. As you're moving towards your vision, you start seeing opportunities. And when they make sense, what do? You integrate them into your vision, and your vision evolves and grows. Ask any rich person. They didn't get rich in the way they thought they would. Not exactly in that way. They were pursuing something, they had a vision, and then something happened. They said, oh wait, what's that? Boom, and they took that opportunity and integrated it into their vision and saw the success. So when you have tunnel vision, that's like, I'm sorry, I have my vision, it's not, that doesn't apply, and you let the opportunities pass you by. I call that bifurcated, I'll write it down. Bifurcated focus, meaning one eye on the vision, one eye scanning the horizon for opportunity, and by doing that, by stretching yourself, each and every goal serves as a signpost along the way. Am I heading in the right direction, in the wrong direction? By doing that, you will end up in a spot you never thought possible. Remember, the road to greatness is not paved with mediocrity. It's paved with greatness. You got to stretch yourself. And you have to be well aware that when you don't achieve what you want in these little moments, these goals, that's how it's supposed to be. It's how close did I get? How, if I was way off, oh yeah, well, I'm obviously doing something wrong, but I don't want to ratchet down my outcomes because I'm scared that if I miss it, I'll feel terrible. No, I'm not emotionally invested. I'm emotionally invested here. There you go. And that's your Whiteboard Wednesday. Trust me, use this strategy as an entrepreneur, as a salesperson. Use this strategy in any aspect of your life. I promise you, you'll be happier and you make a heck of a lot more money. Love you all. Subscribe to my site here. We got thewolfnetwork.com. Check it out. Check out jordanbelfort.com. Share this with your friends, this one. This one, they should all see this one because it's about more than just money. It's about happiness as well, all right? Take care.